Had a little change in plans. This is day 2. You can't really tell from sitting in the car here. It's extremely cold out. When I went to bed last night, it said the weather today was going to be rain and snow, 40 degrees. And I immediately said, I am not going to be walking around Vermillion Creek with all those rocks and rolling rocks and little rocks and, on these really steep inclines in snow and even rain in 40 degrees. So I decided to call today a day off and just kind of go around and see cool stuff. Now today has turned out to be in the lower 40s. Rain and snow has dropped to 10%. You can see the clouds, but however, the wind chill here, I was just getting gas. Wind chill in the low 40s is probably in the 30s. It was cold enough that the people getting gas around me, we were all talking about how cold it was. Long story short, Eric Johnson, treasure hunter, wimping out again. I'm going tomorrow. It's going to be in the 50s, and it's going to be 0% precipitation and no wind. So what I've decided to do, I was actually, I'm at the Western Wyoming Community College, and there's a dinosaur exhibit here. So again, being in Colorado, Wyoming, all these places, you're always running into dinosaurs. So I'm going to see the exhibit. So I just asked the guy where it is, and he goes, looking at the building, it's kind of to the, go into one of the right doors, and then it kind of goes through the building. I'm going, okay, one of the right doors. This ought to be interesting. So I guess I'm just going to get out and... Yeah, I look real cool. It was really, this glasses don't get anybody's attention. People walking around inside with a pair of sunglasses on. I have this big glass bead right in the middle of them. It looks normal. But has that ever stopped me? Nah. I just love telling people I'm on a treasure hunt. I almost told this girl at the bank, and I said, screw it. Because they all say the same thing. Well, so what are you doing so far from home? I was like, yeah, I'm looking at Vermillion Creek. And she was just like, oh, it's really beautiful down there. I was like, interesting. She knows about Vermillion Creek. But anyway, or said she did. Gosh, I don't know where I'm going in here. I guess I'm going in here. Okay. Just to go to a door to the right. Yep, that's what I'm going to do, too. Wow, so that's a... what's really cool about this is the real life size dinosaurs. Holy shit. Big fish for dinner. And then this guy. This is pretty freaking cool for a school, community college, to just have dinosaurs running all through it. That's amazing. God almighty. Stegosaurus. Now see, the smaller the brain versus the body size, the smaller the intelligence. So I'd have to say in the evolutionary sweepstakes, this guy's rocking with a pretty low IQ. His head, not to mention his brain, is the smallest thing in his body. I want to say those fins up there are for temperature regulation. I could be wrong about that. This is kind of odd. I guess I'll have to look it up. I cannot find the description. You know, they all have placards. This guy does not have a placard. Huh. Anyway, strange. Excuse me. Once you see these dinosaurs, are there any more?
Yeah, there's...
I saw all three of these.
There's the T-Rex down, like way down the hallway. You go past the pendulum. It's in the...
So go this way and then take a right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Right by the desk. You just turn
All right, thank you. Would you like to see that thing passing by a rowboat one day in the ocean? Jeez. Oh, there it is. Good. So that's your Tyrannosaurus Rex. I think what they've done with these is, I think these are all replicas. You know, you don't see, these are not fossils. I think I read that. These are not fossils. But they're super cool in that they give you, I mean, they really give you an experience I've always wanted to have, was just to see them in all their size next to you, you know? Wow. Well, needless to say, they're big enough. So anyway, this is the Wyoming, oh, the T-Rex grill. T-Rex grill. They're having some sort of chili thing here today. Some sort of chili deal. Ants Club. Hey, sir. Once you've seen those dinosaurs and the ones down there, are you done?
Yeah, and
Okay.
but there's a museum there, but I don't think it's not open yet.
Oh,
There's a museum
okay.
over there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know what time, but it should be a time on that door.
I'll be here a few days. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Western Wyoming Community College. You know, I might come back here and get something. if they have double XT shirts. And everywhere out here, you're down in Colorado, you constantly are seeing pictures of fishermen, usually fly fishermen. And when you're up here in Wyoming, you're always seeing pictures of horses. Artist Rudy Gunter, pride, strength, perseverance, the spirit of Western. The spirit of Western? Pride, strength, perseverance, the spirit of Western. Really? It's the spirit of everything. That's the spirit of everything, isn't it? So anyway, I'm leaving Western Wyoming Community College, but as I'm leaving, I just have to see what is the jackass sculpture they have. Sculptors have the easiest gig. I swear, they come up with the most stupid looking shit and get it, you know, someone paid for that. Oh, I see. Hey, you know what? That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Whoa. Well, okay, I guess we're in a hurry. Sorry. That is pretty cool. I just realized that's a buffalo. Now that, let's see, that's my kind of art. I thought it was going to be another one of these things where it's like a bunch of cans soldered together with a paint thrown on it or whatever, and it doesn't even make sense. Not sure that even made sense, but no, this is very cool. I suddenly came into. You ever seen that commercial where they're going around that sculpture and it's like these intersecting plates that have been cut into strips of metal, and depending on, you know, you see it's an eagle, and then it's a horse, and then it's a, I don't know, a woman holding a handbag or whatever, like with a clipboard, and then it's a, you know what I mean? It's a cool sculpture. You walk around it and you see these different visions. And that kind of did that in a minor way for me. That is very cool sculpture. Yeah, it's definitely there. I feel justified now to see her, that I'm not going to Vermillion. Yeah, and this guy with no coat on's running. He's like, get the hell inside. That is cool. So from there, it looks like nothing. It looks like nothing. That is cool. And then you go over here, and you're seeing a buffalo, right? Am I right or am I right? That's a buffalo, right? The hind legs on the bottom, then the horn sticking out the left in the head. You can go ahead. Okay, this is so stupid, I'm coming over to look at it. I'm serious. It's got a sign on it. I want to see what the hell I'm looking at. It looks very cool, if what I'm saying is right. It's got to be a buffalo. Except what's that tall thing sticking out the top? Yeah, not really looking like a buffalo now. I'm gonna have to look at the sign to figure out what I'm looking at, unfortunately. Although it does kind of look like a buffalo, kind of. Except for that squiggly thing sticking out the top. What's that? Says neutral tech / cultural nature. Neutral tech. Maybe that's the art type? Cultural nature. Community gift. Does it say 1966? I can't really read. This sign's kind of fucked up. So He was visiting, made friends with some well-known artists. I forget the name, but I'm sure among art circles. When I read it, this was years ago, I remember I kind of knew who he was talking about, but I'm not really big into art. Yeah, I mean in the sense of knowing the names and stuff. I like art. But he I think the guy either drew a painting or made a painting for McCartney while McCartney was learning. He was kind of giving McCartney tips on painting. I think McCartney was painting, and then this artist is painting, and so the guy gets done with the artwork, and so McCartney's looking at it, and he goes, "Well, how does it look?" The painter, the well-known, international painter. And McCartney's like, "Well, it's interesting. He said it's really nice. I'm not quite sure what it is." And the guy says, "Well, what does it look like?" And Paul McCartney says, "Well, really, to me, it looks like a couch or a sofa." And then he goes, "Oh, by the way, that's interesting. So we have the Eastern Islanders. Have people been messing with his nose? It looks like people have stuck stuff up his nose, doesn't it? What's going on down there at the bottom?" Okay. Kind of looks like a penis, doesn't it? Between his fingers. Anyway. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm definitely not going out today. So the guy says to McCartney, "Well, what does it look like?" And McCartney goes, "Well, it looks like a couch or a sofa." And the guy goes, "Well, there he is." So I'm sure all these people would go, "Wow, look at that. It's probably symbolic of our minds and, seeing the psychiatrist you lay on, or maybe it's the casting couch, or maybe the couch symbolizes life, and, we're all on a casting couch and we're all on it." You know what I mean? You get into all that crap when you're looking at art that's abstract. But that just was so wild. Hey, it looks like a couch. Okay, call it the couch. And there you have a painting. So get your artist pens and pencils and brushes out and slap shit together. And then when you're done, just ask people what it looks like, or just figure out what it looks like yourself and then title it. Not a bad way to go if you can make, hundreds of $1,000s doing it. It's not the way I thought it worked, but I've always been so innocent about everything.